Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Brownie from the Young. Today I'm giving a deck profile on the Nekroz deck that I've been trying out on DevPro. The videos I've been posting on my channel lately have all been Nekroz. I'm very excited to show off this deck. I'm playing around with a bunch of different variants of it. I've tried the Speedroid Nekroz, I've tried the Shadal Nekroz, the one with like that crazy idea. Those are both the ones I uploaded. This crazy idea I had where like, oh wait, what if you just use Schemata, Beast, and Hedgehog? Those are like the only Shadal cards you play in your deck, just to combo with Valk and make flexible ritual summons. And like it worked, but like I kept drawing Beast way too often and Hedgehog when I didn't want to. It just like it didn't work out. I don't know, like the idea was there, but it still worked out in practice. I also tried Brilliant Fusion Nekroz, but I wasn't too thrilled with it because, yeah, it can help make easy traditional plays, and the double normal summon is really, really key with Seraphinite. But the biggest problem with that deck is I kept drawing double Brilliant Fusions, or I would draw a Brilliant Fusion and my Garnet, and I'd die. Those are, with how dependent this deck is on Monsoon Senju's, now I can't die like that. Like, I need to be able to, I need to be able to like have other cards to work with should like this play get stopped. I guess like that's the way the direction I've taken this deck. So so I thought this has been the best so far. So let's get right into it. For the monsters, regular monsters, the non-rituals, I play 3 of all the Jews. As I've said before, the biggest problem with this deck post-Strit is it's so dependent on these two. You don't have that many searchers, at least like monster searchers that you can get to. In order to like complete your hand, you need Manju and Senju to resolve. And when it gets stopped, it's very rare that you have a good play to back it up with. You can have a play, but it's usually not very optimal. And you can just like be like really, really investive, and if it gets stopped, you die, which is rough. So I mean, you know, oh well. For the regular Nekroz monsters, I play double Sorcerer and 1 Exa. Sorcerer is by far the best because he searches pretty good cards, like definitely like straight searches warriors. That was really, really dumb. But Sorcerer, his effect is when he's tributed by a card effect, mainly either for a ritual spell card or off the effect of Valkyris, he can search your spellcasters. That's either Valkyris or Unicorn. Those are both like really, really powerful cards that you can search. You can search Unicorn so you do classical plays, or you can retrieve a Nekroz card from your grave, or you can use Valk to protect yourself. Exa is a level higher, and he's really good with Manju and Senju because you can make traditional plays, and then you can search Decisive Armor or Catastor after. And Catastor is really just to revive either of these two. Catastor can't revive rituals. We get to more into him later. And he's good as a 1-of. Playing 2 sucks because drawing 1 is good, but if you ever draw 2 of these, you actually die. And while that doesn't happen like that often, I drew like a lot of times I would draw him off Valk when I like really did not want to, because like your deck's pretty thin by the time you're using Valk, and you want to draw like into Infusion Phase Emptiness off Valk. That's what I found. X is great at 1. What else? I play 2 copies of Gishki Vision, 1 copy of Deep Sea Diva. So Gishki Vision, if you know what it does, it's basically Shrink, but it doesn't search a warrior, and it's not a Nekroz card. It says if you ritual summon a water ritual monster, this card will be used as the entire tribute. And then he has another effect that's not relevant. It's good. It's good enough. The good thing about Gishki Vision is that he just gives you so much more flexibility. I think that's what the deck needs, and that's what like it did before. This concept in this game called the high ceiling, where like a deck can just do whatever it wants at the flip of a hat. And this deck used to be able to do that, but now like it's a lot more restricted in its ability to just like adapt to any situation. Using Gishki Vision, you can summon virtually any Nekroz monster you want, and like sometimes like multiple Nekroz monsters like to fit a certain situation, which is really, really key. And with combo Deep Sea Diva, you do have the ability to make Herald if like you don't need Gishki Vision for whatever reason. So that's cool, and it's just kind of free. Because she's a level 2 tuner, he's level 2 monster with Herald, and then you abuse with Infusion, so that's great. So it worked out. 2 copies of Maxi just for consistency. I'm not a fan of Maxi this format because Cosmo and Monarch don't spell summon as much as I would like them to, but a lot of times you just need Maxi to deter your opponent from just going off. Because a lot of times like they just refuse, even though like when they probably should, like to do and get into damage, they just like are afraid to keep going, and that's what this deck needs. This deck sometimes struggles with established fields, not always, but sometimes it does. And especially like when they have a ton of extra monsters and you can't summon Brio, like it's just kind of rough. Like with like Nister and whatnot. Maxi helps keep them in check and just gives you consistency. I don't really have much else that I can put in because I just wanted cards that I just want to draw to my good cards. I play 1 before it's Chukon, it's the last monster I play. What do I send him with? I don't. I actually just play Trickon and I just hard draw him. Even though Damage Juggler is banned, you can still tribute this card to Ritual Summon a Valkyrus, or God forbid cycle into Unicorn. But it's mainly just used to tribute for Valk and draw a card, and get easy advantage and make a rank 4. It's great because if you have Valkyrus on board and you already have your Manju Senju still there, if you tribute the Trickon, you draw one. The Trickon summon you rank 4. And then you're good to go. That's a really powerful play. So the one trick cloud's great. You don't need Brilliant Fusion. Brilliant Fusion, like the cons outweigh the pros in that situation. So even though like summoning trick cloud off that was great, but just hard drawing is fun. The actual Nekroz monsters, 3 copies of Valkyrus. You need 2 now. It's not optional. It used to be like 2 to 3, but now, Trigon, you must play 3 because Valkyrus a lot of times like he just drives your plays. He draws you into your good cards. A lot of times that you thin your deck so you can draw Jews off of him, and then Instant Fusion, Veins Emptius, and it gets really nuts. 3 copies of Colossus. Colossus. Not really always for searching spells. Like, yeah, it's nice to search spells because it's a lot of times you want to search the monsters off this guy and then the spells off Colossus. But mainly, he's great banish fodder in the graveyard for both Nekroz Mirror when you're summoning a Trishula, and sometimes when if you need to summon Gungnir, if you sided Gungnir, at least in my deck. But mainly the main applicant for Colossus is that you can use the Kaleidoscope to summon either Valk or Trishula a lot easier, because you can just send a Quasar to summon Trishula in Colossus, or a starter to summon Valkyrus in Colossus, because Kaleidoscope says you can summon any number of ritual monsters. So like that's just like really nearly necessary. It's free. it's really free. Colossus is broken. Like that's probably it's more powerful than Unicorn more often than not. It's just a lot harder to summon. So that's good. For the other, I play 2 Trishula. You just want to hard draw it. Again, sometimes you just want to not have to. You don't want to search, like you don't want to die to your Manju Senju being cut off. So having the other Trishula like to back you up in case your Manju Senju doesn't resolve is really good. Just hard drawing all the pieces you need is great, as I've said multiple times. But the non-targeting thing, it comes in. Trishula 2 is great. One of them's Decisive Armor. Search it off Exa, very powerful, 3,300. Very rarely summon it, except off Vision, but that's one of the reasons why we summon Vision, because Decisive Armor is pretty broken, just hard to summon. Brio's Brio. It's not as good anymore, actually, believe it or not, because like he's just kind of hard to summon. And a lot of times, like you can search for your guy, but you don't have a way to summon it. So I mean that's kind of rough. Catastor is okay. You search him off Exa, just summon back a Great Sorcerer Exa. Summon Great Sorcerer for rank 4 plays, or you can summon Exa again to just beat your opponent down, and it's fine. Its effect, like its monster effect, if you summon it, if you find some way to summon it, is at the start of damage step, if a Nekroz monster you control battles a face-up monster your opponent controls that was supposed to summon from the extra deck, you can destroy that monster. Actually, you must destroy that monster. It's not optional. It's mandatory. It comes up against Pepe, believe it or not. A lot of times, I've been able to, because, believe it or not, Great Sorcerer becomes a Catastor. It's really, really funny when they have, like, a board of a bunch of extra monsters that they have, like, Ignister, Majestor, Dynastor. Like, okay, summon Catastor, normal summon Great Sorcerer, summon some other guy, tag, and they all just get blown out. It's really funny. It's not that good, but, like, he's mainly used just for this card effect. One Unicorn's broken. This card should have gone to one for a long time ago. Those are all the ritual monsters. It's good. 12 is a lot, but again, it's just like I just want to open like 2 to 3 ritual monsters. It's really good, especially Colossus. Colossus gets me my ritual spells. Speaking of spells, I play 3 copies of Upstart Goblin. Since my deck got hit on the ban list, I really need some consistency in order to compensate for that hit. 2 of each mirror. I don't want to prefer any mirror over the other because they all like. A lot of time, like sometimes you just need like 2 of every mirror. Like sometimes the second Kaleidoscope comes up, sometimes the second mirror comes up, sometimes the second cycle comes up. I've never like run out of mirrors for the most part when I just play 2 of each. But when I play 3 Kaleidoscope, 1 cycle, 2 mirror, I run out of cycles. And if I play 1 Kaleidoscope, 3 cycles, 2 mirror run out Kaleidoscopes, like I don't know, 2/2/2 is great. It'll probably forever be that unless I start banning ritual spells. But I mean, with the deck like out of like the mainstream meta, I guess like we don't really have to worry about that. 2 instant fusion, not 3. Mostly because of the with the increased consistency of this deck, you have a higher chance of drawing multiples, and drawing multiples really does suck. And I don't want to play a second node into my extra deck. I want to avoid that as much as possible, because I wanted to free up the extra deck to have as many options as possible. But two is great. That means I will draw it like a lot, but I'll like never draw multiples and die that way. Prep is prep. It's not prep is not a fair card. Veins Emptiness, that is also just not a fair card. I mean, people are like, oh wait, why do you play Veins Emptiness Nekroz? Like, can't you not play under it? Like, well, the philosophy is you just summon a big beater and flip Emptiness, because guys, I'm not trying to make any friends. I'm trying to win Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels, and that's what Veins Emptiness is for. No, but Veins is broken. Definitely gotta play it. For the extra deck, I do play the one noted, coincide with the 2 instances. For my synchros, the guys I send to use the Kaleidoscope, 2 Quasar, Star Reader, Herald. I found that 2 12s comes up more often than a double Herald or some other obscure guys. You could play a 6 to summon Brio and like just summon Brio against Pepe, but the only problem with playing a 6 is that like Gishki Vision like kind of makes that scenario obsolete, because a lot of times like allow me to explain. You have to be pretty desperate to summon Brio if you have to use a 6 from your extra deck. Like, it's kind of like a waste of a Kaleidoscope. You can usually summon like a lot of other things. Gishki Vision makes it so that I don't have to do that, because I can access Brio a lot easier because of Cycle, Mirror, and Distribute Vision could go. Herald is great with Unicore. The second one very rarely comes up. If I ever need a second, I can just Emerald for it. Xyz, I want to have a lot of Xyz for a lot of options, and I have plenty. Trapeze, Counter-Gorgon, Heartland, Castell, Diamond Dyer, Gaga Samurai, Daigusto, Dweller, Rafflesia, Rhapsody. And I guess some of the ones I've talked about is Rhapsody. It comes up, especially against Monarch. Rhapsody's just a good card. Rhapsody, I do not main a Trap Hole card for consistency purposes, but I still play Rhapsody in the extra deck just because of my side deck, because a lot of times I will need Bottomless for and time space for decks like Cosmo that I really like have a hard time against, believe it or not, and Rhapsody just like helps, because a lot of times they're going to make me go first, and I really hate that. So it makes Rhapsody, and you have a much better chance against them. I do not miss the extra slot, definitely worth keeping here just for the side deck. Dweller broken, Emerald broken. Samurai, I like Samurai. This is one of the cards I don't see many people play. And we're like a lot Summering 4 decks do, but like this card's broken. It's like it's Blade Art Ninja for everyone, but like it does 38 damage every time, but like that's a lot. Especially when like Nekroz, I just need to kill you. I don't want to like my opponent come back, because it's pretty easy for decks to come back nowadays. I just want to kill my opponent. Direwolf broken, Castell broken. Draco, I just want to end games with the big reason why I pick him over Dark Rebellion is because of 2 things. Defense position monsters that are in the way. I can't really think of an example off top of my head. But the main thing is when there's a big unkillable beater, either be it a Dark Destroyer that I can't really deal with a rank 4, because none of these rank 4s deal with Dark Destroyer. Harley Draco's like, no, I'm just gonna attack you directly and do 2,000, and sometimes she'll get steals games. And against Super Quantums, it has come up where they make Magnus, and I'm like, okay, Harley and Draco, because they would use the shuffle effect. So then we're good to go. Counter-Gorgon, it's just good protection thing. It protects your Jews, protects your rituals, like your Trishulus from resolving. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Trapeze, believe it or not, you can summon Trapeze relatively easily. This guy's a spellcaster, this guy's a spellcaster, and this guy's a spellcaster. It's not very hard to summon Trapeze, and Trapeze is broken. All that card does is end careers. Oh, yo, no joke. I beat a Nurseburn player once because I saw he was playing Nurseburn like first turn, and like he failed to kill me because like I don't know, he just like threw out all the stuff at once, like as much as he could. I don't know why he didn't just wait, but I make Trapeze and Rhapsody, and I was like, go. And he couldn't kill me because Rhapsody has that effect. Trapeze has that effect where I don't take damage, equal or lower to the attack. He's 3,700, so I don't take 3,000 damage from like cards like the Triangus or whatever. That was annoying. And remember, I'm going to go over the side deck, but as I always say, remember, side decks change and evolve throughout the course of every format, so I don't recommend you net deck this side deck. It's a good reference point, but it's most optimal for this point in time. If the format evolves, change your side deck accordingly. 2 Sea Turtle Kaiju, because I don't like Nat Beast, and I don't like Dark Destroyer, and I don't like guys that are just like, kind of stun me, just kind of ruin my day. I think Vanny's Fiend is, Sea Turtle Kaiju can't really deal with him. It's really sad, but he gets over Max Fiend, which is great because it doesn't activate the effect. Denkoseka is not a fair card. All those decks are like the hide in the trenches, in the trenches with their back row. Denko's like, nah, I'm just not doing that. Dance Princess, because I think Dance Princess is good for grind games that I think that are just gonna go on for like a while. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but like a lot of times like decks like they utilize a lot of floodgates. Dance Princess is usually pretty good, and like decks that use like a lot of back row. Dance Princess is good for all those because it just like keeps you going. Two draw mainly for Monarch. Mirror. I used it in the mirror once. It was so funny. Like, he just died. It was great. Draw Launch Pit is just really, really good against Monarch. They cannot play, especially when they tenacity and search your card, and then you draw. They're like, oh no, I can't do anything. And like, yeah, that's right, you can't do anything. And then you just wreck them. It's good. Double Valor. It's Valor's Valor. It's very, very good this format too, because I don't really have room for the third. Play Gungnir for mainly pendulum decks that you need to use against it. Against Pepe mainly, but against like other pendulum decks like Klee. I hate Klee. A lot of people are playing Klee lately. It's really annoying. Gungnir is like, nah, it's a lot easier with Gungnir in my deck. I don't main Gungnir because it doesn't combo with anything. It's such a dead draw. So yeah, it's best in side decks because it's only for like pendulum decks really. 3 Twin Twister. This is either a third Valor or a third Twin Twister, and I had to do 3 Twin Twister because I hate decks that play Floodgates. I hate decks that play back row. And I guess I kind of hate Monarch, but like I don't really sign against Monarch that often. I only do it so I can trish them because sometimes no, that's wrong deck. Oh, I sign against Kazo so I can trish them. Believe it or not, that is totally true story because sometimes just throw one backer to pop. They set one backer like Solemn Strike. That's like a big threat. I Twin Twister them so I can trish them. It's great. Time Space Bondless because I said for Ralph Sia. So that is my Nekroz deck profile. My Nekroz deck profile, a little bit on the longer side. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's been a lot of fun. I'll be playing probably more with this version on the channel. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.